What's going on, guys? My name is Will, and welcome to PLC85. To all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for supporting this new YouTube channel. And for if you're new, consider being a subscriber and hitting that notification bell because we do everything new with gaming, reaction videos, and reviews. So check us out. Check out the playlist to get more information. Today's we will be doing a reaction video on food theories. Taco Bell is killing Amazon. So if you're interested in things like this, then let's get inside the video and let's enjoy.
Welcome to Taco Bell.
Hey, I heard you reduced your drive-through wait times?
That we did, sir, by more than 15 seconds.
Whoa, how'd you pull that one off?
I can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is that we fulfilled your order 5 seconds ago.
No way!
Jesus. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm happy that I've been watching them like by myself, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be reacting to these.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food
Theory.
Yo quiero notification bell. Not to go all grandpa pat on you theorists, but boy howdy has fast food changed. Why, back in my day, going to a fast food restaurant meant playing in a bacteria-infested ball pit for a while. Then you would eat your food without bothering to wash your hands. And then we would psychologically forge a lifelong brand loyalty to the restaurant by playing with whatever toy they shoved into our meal. And we were not only liking it, we were loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No, of course, these days a trip to the fast food restaurant plays out a wee bit differently. Heck, they probably won't even let you eat in the dining room, let alone jump in a ball pit. Point is, there's been a huge shift towards a more contactless fast food experience over the past year due to COVID, and it's turned everything on its head. For instance, McDonald's is now doing 90% of its US sales at the drive-thru window. 90%! And digital orders, that is orders placed through the restaurant's app or through third-party apps like Uber Eats, are spiking as well. Take Chipotle, whose Q2
I wonder
sales
if
grew
this after the
216%
pandemic is
year
over,
over
it's
year.
going to be
And
the
Yum
future.
Brands, the parent company of KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, reports that every single one of their brands has had a record-setting year when it comes to digital orders. As you might expect, quick service restaurants, or QSRs as the industry calls them, have taken note and are making changes to give their customers the contactless experience that they desire. Drive-thru efficiency has been a major area of focus, and restaurants are pulling out all the stops to shorten the wait times for their drive-thru customers. Many QSRs are reducing the number of items offered on the menu, or are even turning to digital menu boards that collect data on customer behavior and then use that to predict what you're gonna order. No joke. And those are just a couple of examples of the small changes that are being implemented. Many QSRs are investing in permanent structural alterations to their buildings. Fast casual restaurants like Chipotle are scrambling to add drive-thru lanes, and quick-serve restaurants that already have drive-thrus are expanding them. McDonald's is turning many of its single-lane drive-thrus into two-lane drive-thrus as we speak. Same with KFC, whose next-generation prototype features a second separate drive-thru lane for mobile pickups only. But it's Taco Bell, of all restaurants, that's really pulling off the galaxy brain moves here. First, they're opening Taco Bell Go Mobile locations, which do away with the dining room
Isn't Taco
altogether,
Bell
resulting in a building that's 47% smaller than a traditional Taco Bell restaurant.
I don't know about in
While
the
that's
States,
certainly
I'm sorry.
a new concept for Taco Bell,
In
drive-thru
Canada,
only places
every time
have
you go into
always
a
been
Taco
around. What's the
Bell,
big
there's
deal? No, what I
KFC,
really
right?
want to
It's the
discuss
same
in
thing.
today's
They
episode is the
Taco Bell,
first of its kind
KFC,
restaurant Taco Bell hopes to build in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. The
I always
franchisee, who
assume that
submitted
they're like
building
the same
plans to the
company
city
or
earlier this
KFC
month, claims that
bought
this
them out.
experimental Taco Bell location will be, quote, so different that it has never been constructed anywhere before. And honestly, I can't bring myself to disagree. Theorists, look at this thing. There's no dining room. There are designated curbside pickup spots for mobile orders, and it has count them, four drive-through lanes. One lane on the end to accommodate oversized vehicles, and 3 lanes passing directly beneath where the kitchen is, located up on the second floor. Orders get lowered down to the customers on dumb waiters. Gotta admit, this building looks an awful lot like a drive-through bank, and I was kind of hoping that the orders might get fulfilled via pneumatic tube, but I guess dumb waiters are cool too. I mean, you can't help but admire just how hard Taco Bell went with this building. Oh, drive-through orders are up? Boom! 4 lanes. People aren't dining in as much? Boom! No more dining room. Customers want a contactless experience? Boom! We will serve you with dumb waiters like we're lowering bread to the unwashed masses below. So this is obviously a bold move on Taco Bell's part, especially when you consider that I've never been to a Taco Bell and seen more than 2 cars in line. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Nachos Bel Grande as much as the next guy, but 4?
Precisely,
4 lanes?
I thought that
mighty
too.
presumptuous of you, Taco Bell. I don't know what's going on up there in
that's
Minnesota,
ridiculous.
but I wouldn't be surprised if toilet sales and plumbing services also needed to expand in recent years. You get what I'm saying? You get it? Taco Bell causes you to poop. Or is Taco Bell playing
Slap
some other
this,
game
Matt.
here? You see, while it's easy to dismiss this as just some experimental headline-grabbing restaurant concept that'll go the way of the dinosaur once the pandemic ends and everything goes back to normal, I'm here to tell you that Taco Bell is playing a much bigger game here. This isn't just about loading your bowels with the remnants of a cheesy gordita crunch slightly faster. There's something else afoot. Taco Bell, via this restaurant, is looking to
All right, Matt, let's hear it.
Food with this design.
Let's hear it,
They're
Matt. You and your team always comes up with some very interesting
And it pains
theories.
me to say this because I really wanted my son to have that same bacteria-infested ball pit experience I had as a child. But the fact of the matter is this. There's a storm a-brewing, my friends. A perfect storm in which public health, economics, and technology simultaneously converge to reshape multiple industries at the same time. And it's Taco Bell, of all places, that is on the cutting edge. Buckle up, theorists, because when it comes to the future of food, Taco Bell's two-story, four-lane drive-thru monstrosity is only a taste of what's in the forecast. So let's take a closer look at the three factors that are contributing to this perfect storm. First up, fast food isn't ever going back to normal because the restaurants don't want things to go back to normal. Think about it this way. A customer who orders a burger in the drive-thru is more valuable to the restaurant than a customer who sticks around and enjoys their hamburger in the dining room. It costs money to clean the dining area each day. It costs money to lease that extra square footage each month. The dining room needs air conditioning and lighting and decor. It is a money pit. But none of those costs apply to a drive-thru customer who leaves with their food without ever stepping foot inside. So drive-thru and takeout customers are great to have. But getting them is the tricky part. Or at least it was the tricky part until last year. With contactless dining experiences in such high demand, fast food customers and the restaurants now find themselves in a curious position. They both want the exact same thing: less dining in and more takeout and drive-thru. So as we watch quick service restaurants bend over backwards to provide more and more
fast
drive-thru
food
lanes, we need to keep in mind
restaurants,
that
I
this
can
is as much
see
about
this
giving the
being
customer what they want
factual.
as it is about enticing customers to drive through, even long after the pandemic fades away. Now to the second factor that's contributing to the storm: technology. Third-party delivery apps are booming, which is allowing ghost kitchens to thrive. Now, we've already tackled this topic in a recent video, so definitely go watch our Mr. Beast Burger Ghost Kitchen episode if you haven't already. But here's the skinny on the spooky ghost kitchens. If a restaurant has a staff and commercial kitchen that's being underutilized, they can become a ghost kitchen and prepare menu items for other restaurants on the down low. The ghost kitchen gets a cut for preparing the meal, and the customer gets the delicious, professionally cooked meal they wanted, even if it's coming from a restaurant that they might not have expected. Now, the rise of ghost kitchens is great news for this wacky new Taco Bell restaurant, because they couldn't possibly have a more ideal building for this kind of setup. After all, it's designed to fulfill drive-thru and curbside pickup orders as efficiently as possible, making it the dream scenario for food delivery drivers. And by becoming a ghost kitchen, or even by sharing their kitchen space with another restaurant, the Brooklyn Park Taco Bell location could mitigate a lot of its risk. Think about it like this. Taco Bell's lowest performing time of day is breakfast. To hedge against this, they could team up with a restaurant that does perform well in the morning, like Starbucks or Krispy Kreme. That way, their second-story kitchen and 4 drive-thru lanes are humming along at full capacity morning, noon, and night. And it's more important than ever for QSRs to operate at max capacity, because it's estimated that by 2022, 70% of all delivery orders will be placed through third-party apps like Uber Eats and Postmates. And this is a bit of a double-edged sword. True, third-party apps bring more customers to the restaurant, but it can come at a steep cost. For example, last year, restaurant consultant Giuseppe Badalamenti posted to Facebook a Grubhub receipt from an anonymous restaurant he works with. After fees and commissions, that restaurant's $1,042 in sales became just $376. Not even enough to cover the cost of the food, according to Badalamenti. Granted, restaurants don't have to sign up with third-party delivery apps, but if 70% of customers are ordering through the apps, that's a little like saying, well, the restaurant doesn't have to stay in business either. Now, some cities have stepped in with regulations that limit third-party delivery app fees, typically around 15% or so. But there are plenty of areas out there with no such regulations, and restaurants don't have the clout to negotiate better terms with the delivery apps in the midst of a pandemic like this. Which brings us to the third factor in this perfect storm that's gonna permanently change fast food for good.
Just do their own takeout. Whatever happened to just calling them and then they just create their own delivery service? Like, I don't see the problem with that.
Now, possibly my favorite thing about Taco Bell's Brooklyn Park concept, aside from the fact that it seems to have like parking for 10,000 bicycles out front, is how easily the building can scale. Need to add more kitchen space because you've partnered up with a ton of other restaurants and now your shared kitchen is basically a huge drive-through food court? No sweat, just extend your kitchen space a bit further. Oh, and guess what? That creates more space for yet another drive-through lane underneath, which will accommodate the influx of new orders. orders. And if enough restaurants start delivering out of one location, then delivery costs should get driven way down. Not only will all the restaurants sharing the kitchens be able to collectively negotiate better terms with the app, but
Assuming
theoretically, the
everyone goes
delivery
to
driver
that
would be able to
particular
pick up
one.
multiple orders on one trip through the same drive-thru. Suddenly, rather than 5 drivers making 5 deliveries from 5 different restaurants, now a single driver can pick up all 5 orders at once at the same drive-thru window. Plus, if this drive-thru food court grows large
My
enough,
bad.
they
I see
might be
what
able
you
to
do.
start
I
their
see
own
what- I see
delivery
what's
app,
going on.
or even
Different
reject
businesses in
third-party
one
delivery
area.
apps altogether. So Taco Bell
Yeah.
was definitely thinking outside the bun with their Brooklyn Park restaurant
Yeah.
concept, and ultimately I believe they're over the top, or should
Like,
I say
did we
under
forget
the
we used to
bottom
order
drive-thru
food like that
concept will
before
catch
Uber
on in
Eats?
one way or another. After all, who doesn't love efficiency? Other commercial businesses could just as easily put this concept to good use as well, because at the end of the day, Taco Bell's designed a contactless distribution center capable of accommodating personal vehicles, and that is a huge deal because it's not just fast food customers who want efficient contactless options. All sorts of customers want those things. That's why grocery stores, home improvement centers, and the likes of Amazon have been dumping outrageous sums of money into solving the logistical nightmare that's called last mile delivery. Last mile delivery refers to the final step of the delivery process, when the product travels
Last
from the
mile
warehouse
delivery.
to its final destination, usually the customer's house or a retail store's shelf. Say, for instance, you make the wise decision to purchase
to
a
me.
FuryWear zip hoodie. Congratulations on your life decisions, by the way. You're gonna look great in that thing. Now, after the hoodie gets manufactured, it begins a long journey to a distribution center. Despite the fact that it's traveling so far, this part of the trip is pretty
Shameless merch
inexpensive
round
because
plug.
that hoodie
I
can
love
be
that,
shipped in
Matt.
bulk with thousands of other hoodies, as well
Love
as other
that.
incredible FuryWear products, which surprisingly would all look great in your home, come to think of it. But when your hoodie reaches the distribution center, that's when things get tricky, not to mention expensive, because those 1,000 FuryWear products must now go their separate ways to get delivered to 1,000 different theorists in the area. Multiple trucks and schedules and routes have to be coordinated, which is why a whopping 53% of shipping costs go to this so-called last mile, even though it represents a mere fraction of the total distance that hoodie had to travel overall. Meanwhile, drive-throughs sidestep last mile delivery entirely. Drive-through customers straight up drive themselves to the restaurant, aka the distribution center, using their own vehicle and their own gas and their own time, and they pick up the product themselves. Forget last mile, it now becomes more like last inch. Why do customers do it? Because it's really no skin off their back. Drive-throughs are placed conveniently along routes that they're already traveling, meaning that they can get the product at a moment's notice whenever they want to get it. It's a win-win for fast food products, and with the right kind of building, it can be a win-win for all other types of products as well. So the drive-through, yes, the lowly drive-through could actually be the elegant and inexpensive distribution solution that everyone's been looking for, and it's been under our noses the entire time. Imagine pulling into the nearest Taco Bell and ordering a chalupa, a Krispy Kreme donut, and also everything on your shopping list for the week. There's no delivery process to speak of, so Taco Bell is able to offer you all sorts of products that Amazon either can't or won't deliver. Ice cream, eggs, alcohol. When I lived in California, Amazon even refused to ship light bulbs to the house. I can't believe I'm about to utter this sentence, but Taco Bell can fulfill my needs in a way that Amazon never could. A building that allows customers to pick up their orders for themselves, or hire someone else to pick it up for them, could alleviate the entire problem. Until, of course, drones become a thing and solve last mile delivery for good. So in the end, I just gotta say this. For as dumb as Taco Bell's new
I
design
know,
looks on
right?
paper, it looks really good when it comes to the future of shopping as we know it. So
I thought that exact same thing. Like, a lot of people seem to forget that we used to call the restaurants, because I want to talk about that, and order food, and they just deliver. You see what they can do with that? They could undercut like Uber Eats and all those stuff if they do things like that, and create their own little delivery service, as Matt Pat said. And all they have to do is just undercut Uber Eats and the food dishes, skip the dishes, whatever those apps are called, and they would kill. They would kill. I think it's not a bad idea. I think that idea is probably gonna die down around 2023, 2024, when this whole pandemic thing is taken care of. But what do you guys think? Would you actually go for this? Do you miss sitting in restaurants? Do you miss eating at a nice restaurant like McDonald's, those high-end stores? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, my name is Will. Don't forget, guys, where there is a will, there is a way. Stay gold, my friends, and thank you for watching.